Hi friends, welcome back from spring break. I hope that you had a great break and you're nice and rested and you are ready for our last 9 weeks of school. I hope that you are ready to work really hard these last 9 weeks so that you can learn everything that you need to be successful. All right, now we're going to talk about our phonics skill this week, but before we do, I'd like to talk about our phonics skill from the week before vacation because it's been so long and because our skill this week has a lot to do with our skill from that week. All right, our skill that last week before break was this R sound, spelled A-R, like in the word car. We called it the pirate sound. It's also called the bossy R sound, and there are a couple different kinds of bossy R sounds. But the reason that they're called the bossy R is because you hear the R so strongly. Car. Hear the R real strongly? Okay. When the R is with any of the vowels, it makes that strong sound. That's why it's called the bossy R. Now the bossy R is kind of polite too because it always lets the vowel go first. Okay? So even though it's bossy and real strong, it's still nice and it lets the vowel go first. So whenever you see a vowel before the R, you know that R is going to have a strong sound. Like AR says car. Hear that strong sound? That's the bossy R. Okay? Well, your phonics skill this week is another bossy R sound, but it's a little bit different and it's spelled differently too. The sound that this bossy R makes is the sound that you hear in the middle of the word herbs, the sound. You hear it in the middle of the word girl, You hear that? It's a little bit different from, a little different sounding than the R sound of last week. This was last week. Car, R. The sound this week is okay? It sounds a little bit different. It's also spelled a little bit differently too. Instead of AR, like last week's R sound, the sound is spelled one of 3 ways. E sound, the ER, IR, or UR. So whenever you see that in a book, or excuse me, in a word that you're reading in a book, the ER, like in fern, the IR, like in bird, or UR, like in the word spurs, you know that it's going to have the sound because it's a bossy R. Remember, when the R follows a vowel, it's bossy. It's a really strong sound. Okay? The R is really strong. It's bossy when it follows a vowel. Like the AR or like the ER, IR, UR. Okay? Remember that. I'm going to show you some words that have the bossy R. And I would like for you to read them, okay? Remember, ER, IR, UR. Okay, those are bossy R's and they sound like So here's our first one. K. Clerk. Hear that? Clerk. Okay? Like somebody that works in a store, a clerk. Yes. Okay, this next one I want you to do by yourself. It's a little bit shorter of a word. It may be a little easier for you. I want you to do it yourself, okay? Look for the ER. It's an ER word. Look for the ER and you know it says okay? And then add the other sounds. There's the ER. So you know the ER says good. And the H, okay? Put it together. And the word is her. Very good. Nice job. Okay, now let's look at, excuse me, here's an IR word. And now remember, IR has the same sound as ER, the sound, okay? G, ul. Put it together. G, ul. What's the word? Girl. Good job. All right, try this one. There's a D, says D. T. Good. D, t. D, t. Put it together. Dirt. Good job. Okay, I'm going to show you some words with the UR. Now remember, UR has the same sound as ER and IR. It says H says UR says good, and t, t. What is it? Hurt. Nice job. Okay, here we go. Last one. B, What is it? What is it? Together? Good. Together one more time. Burn. Good job. Good job. Okay, so remember, as you are reading, if you come across a word that has ER, IR, UR, that sound makes the okay? ER, IR, UR. Those vowels together, that's the bossy R. Those vowels with the R say Now, that might be easier when you're reading to remember. The hard part is going to be when you are writing, okay? When you're writing and you want to write a word that has the sound, like the word girl, it might be kind of tricky at first to remember which of those vowels together with R spells the sound, okay? Because they all sound the same, it might be hard to remember which of the vowels to write. That's okay, because we're learning. As you practice, as you write more, as you read more and write more of those words, the IR, UR, and ER, it'll come easier. It'll become easier. So even if it's hard at first, don't give up. Keep trying. Because as you practice more, as you use those words in your writing and your reading, you'll start to remember which words are spelled which ways, okay? So don't give up. Keep at it. All right?